Well, hello and greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Super Review Show's Mixed Bag, coming to you live once again from many different caves tonight. We are joined by Bill Murphy.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good. And we have two, I'm not even going to call them guests at this point. They're just becoming regular panelists at this point. Justin and Allie are back once again.
Congratulations, guys. You've been promoted.
Good, I'm going on strike.
You have been. You're no longer on strike, if I'm not mistaken, right? I mean, what's going on here?
It has been I don't know how many days it's been.
It's been
You
like
haven't
weeks
been
when
here.
you're like,
Yeah,
oh
me
yeah,
too.
whatever. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, so
But yeah, as the title of this episode,
before we begin,
yes, Bill has something to say really quick. Go ahead.
okay, I just want to make a very quick thing here about something that's happening with this channel. Relax, everyone relax. But if everyone watched last week, we had the pleasure of having the incredible a cappella group Backtrack Vocals as our first musical guest, which was, if you didn't watch last week, we highly recommend you do that. It was amazing, right, JT?
Oh my God, they
Cool.
were incredible. Everything went really well.
And after that, JT and I have been talking, and we have decided to do something. We are going to be having more musical guests here. And I know to some of you out there, you're a little hesitant because you're like, wait a minute, I come to listen to you guys talk about Marvel and DC and SpongeBob and Disney and TV and movies. If I wanted to listen to you guys, if I wanted to watch a Tonight Show ripoff, I can just go watch the Tonight Show. Actually, you can, because of what we're going to be talking about in a bit. But
yeah.
and anyway, that was, in the words of Justin's girlfriend Catherine, my impression of Justin.
Oh my God.
You know, as they say, change is always a good thing to have.
Here's a few things you should keep in mind. One, we're not going to get a musical guest every week because JT will tell you, that could be a little
Time consuming.
it's a lot of work.
Bill literally he put that request in March, and now it's like May 3rd. Not even kidding.
No, listen, they were really good about responding to me. They were on tour when I reached out, so that was kind of my fault. Okay, that was my fault. But we were in constant communication, and we set a date and things went well. But we're going to try to do it like every other month. If we have to do like 2 months in a row of musical guests, then so be it, because we got to book folks when they're available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got to book people when they're available. And, to some of you who are happy about this, like, well, we want to see more. We got to book them when they're available. And listen, we're just getting our feet wet in this right now. And to those of you, again, who are my impression of Justin, Justin,
So
when
my girlfriend does it, it's cute. When you do it, I want to punch you.
Well,
right.
love you too, buddy.
we love each other so much.
But anyway, but to those who are resistant and hesitant, my only advice to you is keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
It's just keep an open mind. And, when our parents told us when we were young, when we refused to try new food, how do you know you're not going to like it if you don't try it? And we're going to try different. We're going to try to get different genres. We've already reached out to some others. We've already reached out to some other artists. So this might sound a little intimidating, but you know what? I think this is a good change, and we'll see what happens.
Couldn't agree more, my good man. Could not agree anymore whatsoever.
And if you want to call the complaint, call 1-800
got Bill.
Located in Buffalo, New York.
Yes. We are in Buffalo, New York. We're not associated with anyone.
Yes, we will tell the good people we are in Buffalo, New York.
We have all the bison in the world out here. I'm just kidding. No, we really don't.
Go to Highmark Stadium.
We're
Yes,
gonna go jump on the
Yes.
tray. We're gonna go jump on what you would call it, jump on tables.
where the Buffalo Bills play. Anyways, long story short. Whatever.
I'm a Giants fan anyway, so
I mean,
Yeah.
Buffalo's always a good team.
Yeah, of course.
They
Let's go,
didn't win
Big
a Super
Blue.
Bowl, though, but that's another story.
okay. I think it's time we get on to our big topic tonight, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and we there's a reason why we have Allie and Justin here tonight, because as the title. Sorry for that introduction, everyone, but we had to get that out of the way. Our introduction to our introduction. I can't even talk when we're already 7 minutes in. Our topic tonight is we're going to discuss, and this might seem like a not a big deal for a lot of people, but the 2023 Writers Guild of America strike is going on. It's a pretty big deal, everyone. I want to make sure everyone's aware of this.
You're in
We
day two.
haven't seen this since 2007.
So it's been 16
And
years.
that particular strike lasted 100 days and
Yep.
cost Hollywood $2 billion.
That's what
You know what? This is going to be the crazy thing, and I just thought of it. The last time a strike happens, what came after? And I hate
A
to
lot of
say it.
shitty movies.
Yes.
No, not only that. I mean, I hate to be this person. Recession. I hate to be that
Oh.
person.
Wait, what?
Yes, she's right. The recession came right after the strike.
Oh, she's got a point there. Little scary, not gonna lie.
Because no, the
Yeah.
strike ended in February of 2008, and I think the recession was started in like September of 2008.
Let me look.
But was there a direct correlation between the two of them though?
A little bit, because you know,
About that, but you know
Hollywood
what
was
the
losing
direct
money too.
correlation in?
One at a time. Sorry, Justin. What?
So I'm not sure about that, but do you want to know what there was a correlation in?
Yeah, Allie, we'll go to you in a sec. Yeah, what's up, Justin?
Wait, who's going?
Justin,
Justin. Okay.
finish that thought, bud.
The rise of reality TV.
Mm.
Yes.
See, when the Writers Guild went on strike, no writers were allowed to work for any studios or anything. So what did the studios do? They went to non-scripted television, reality TV. That's why shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and The
Jersey
Apprentice
Shore.
were so popular at the time.
AKA the dumbing down of this great nation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to just chime in for a second. The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I don't care if I say this or not. I actually got to meet up with Margaret the other day because my aunt and her are best buddies. Just a reminder, everyone. We'll let you guys know.
Is Margaret a nice lady at least?
She's very nice.
I'm sure she's a sweetheart.
She's like, JT, how are you? I'm like, I'm doing good. How are you? It's
Right.
weird. It's so weird. You have like 700,000 followers on your Instagram. Whatever. Besides the point, though.
Okay.
But you see, the point is that reality TV, took it started up a lot of stuff there. So
Mhm.
Jersey Shore,
Ugh,
Okay.
the bane of our existence.
But yes, Allie's turn. Go ahead.
All right. So when did the writer strike start? Last time?
2007?
December 2007, I think.
December?
No.
I believe so.
September.
2007. Hold on one sec.
2007.
I'm not sure when though. Hold on one sec. Oh, it was on November 5th, 2007 to February 12th, 2008.
The recession started a month after.
After
I'm
what?
gonna say that was
After the
probably gonna
strike.
happen with or without this strike.
We'll have to see.
So, in other words, I hate being one of those conspiracy people here tonight.
We'll send you your tinfoil hat later.
Oh my god.
Okay, good. But I mean, now you look at it this way: why are they striking now? Artificial intelligence.
James
Could be.
Cameron was right. Machines are going to take over.
Yeah,
I mean, let's put it in these
examples.
examples. I'll give you one right now.
Talk to us.
How do you think people are writing their essays in school?
AI.
Chat GBT.
Yeah, I've been reading.
Hello. Chat.
You know who talks to Chat GBT a lot just for fun? The one and only. We tried to get him on tonight last minute, but he couldn't make it. And guess who that is?
Our
Dr.
dear
Matt
friend.
Hemsley, PhD. He's on his own strike. He's striking, not coming here.
Yeah, he's been on a strike for the last few months.
That's a bit of a low blow there. But anyways, Allie, what are you saying?
No, like seriously, it feels like artificial intelligence is taking over the writing industry for media. And not only that, you look at the wages some of these writers have, and they're cutting back on them.
Because
first
Siri could
thing-
just replace them.
But the first shows that are going to have an impact, you're talking all your late night shows, you're talking
Yes.
Saturday Night Live. They probably are not going to have their Saturday Night Live episode this Saturday, and they might
They're
end up
not.
even
They're not. They
prematurely.
canceled it
They
already.
already announced that it's going to be reruns going forward until further notice.
And Pete Davidson was supposed to make his return back to SNL. He was supposed to host.
Yeah.
But yeah, so SNL. So yeah, but right now the shows that are really affected are the late night shows.
Yep.
And SNL. And okay, when it comes to television, as of this moment, the really two big hitters right now are SNL and the late night shows. But because all like the network TV shows are based this week, they're basically wrapping up. A lot of shows this week are having their season finale.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
All
shows this week are
writers'
having.
rooms are closed.
What was that?
All writers' rooms are closed. No writers are allowed to work right now.
Yeah, because usually around the time when production ceases, that's when, Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, that's when a lot of the writers, the next week, that's when a lot of the writers meet to plan the next season.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that could delay the fall lineup.
Especially for the fall.
Yeah, because the other night I was watching the Good Doctor season finale, and usually in the season finale, they say the Good Doctor returns this fall. They said the Good Doctor returns next season. So if you're thinking right now, okay, this isn't going to really do anything for the moment,
You might be wrong.
you might be wrong. Like if they don't negotiate, if they don't come up, Justin, again, tell me if I'm right or wrong. If they don't come with an agreement by the end of the month, this could affect the fall lineup.
Yep.
Like shows premieres might get pushed back.
Yep.
Shows could get canceled too.
Shows can get canceled. Projects can enter production without a finished script, which, yikes.
That's never good. Just saying.
Nope.
I'm just looking at the shows that were affected, and like the results.
Everybody was screaming about Abbott Elementary. I do not watch that show, but everyone was like, "What's going to happen to these two main characters?" And I was like, "Okay, we're satisfied, but there's a writer's strike. We want to see more."
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this might be a good question for Justin. But Justin, how big of an effect are we talking about here, as far as like movies, television shows? How big? Assuming they can't get a contract negotiation in the next 2 to 3 weeks, let's just say, right? How big could this go? And what could happen moving forward down the line, like past this, assuming they can't reach a contract negotiation?
So all writers' rooms are shut down right now. Writers are not allowed to work on any projects. Any projects currently in production do not have a writer on site, which sometimes they are needed. Writer directors who are working for studios, they can't write. James Gunn, even though he is the head of DC Studios, and thank God he did turn in his first draft already for Superman Legacy, he can't write anymore for Superman Legacy until this strike is over.
Let's hope he doesn't lose any
Any
like
project
creative stuff.
that is not yet in production is in a holding pattern.
Okay.
And if you still need to keep the lights on with everything else, with all the overhead running the business, and you're now this coming year, Hollywood probably has their projects all lined up and don't really need any rewrites or anything like that, hopefully. But eventually that well will run dry, and they will have to make some hard decisions. Now, as I stated earlier, the 2007-2008 writer's strike lasted 100 days. A lot of projects were affected by that writer's strike, and they actually do blame the writer's strike for the quality of that. Some of those films, including Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah. Come on, Justin. You feel the same way about that too.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, they're going into these projects with no real plan because no writers could really work on them, and they ended up becoming these rush jobs.
Because just get something out, something that's gonna make money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this could be potentially detrimental to Hollywood in a way it's kind of seen during the pandemic. Maybe not to that extent, because movie theaters are still going to be running, and they'll have a sort of backlot of films, and there might be some shifting in release schedules with not as many movies are entering productions. Eventually they're going to have to have less movies open up in the weekend, so there's going to be less competition overall, and then more of the money to go around. That's the only positive I can see about the industry side of things.
Okay.
But yeah, this could be potentially detrimental. You're gonna see movies just disappear from a studio's lineup altogether. Like, have any of you ever heard of the story of what happened with the potential? There was a movie in development in 2007 with Warner Brothers called Justice League Mortal, and it was going to be directed by George Miller.
I have heard of this. Yep.
That was a casualty of the writer's strike.
Didn't happen because of the writer's strike.
Correct.
So we could see movies get production canceled. We could see production get delayed.
I mean, you also can think of probably movies that are going to be coming out in 2024 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2024 is going to be the big one that could be affected by this. 2023, Justin, could you see movies this year getting affected by the strike or no?
Maybe late releases, like if there's any reshoots that need to be done. But I don't see those releases being affected too much. I think we're mainly going to see it in 2024, 2025. Like late 2024, early 2025.
But again, folks, you're probably saying, okay, it's only short term, we're fine. But that next year, that's next year, folks. Short term, everything that is going to be released this year will most likely be released. Justin, am I correct?
Correct.
But
And
you
probably more so.
What was that?
And streaming probably more so. They probably have a bunch of content on the just waiting to be released.
Right.
But anyway, but yeah, and it's a good thing you brought up streaming because that is a factor in all this too.
That's almost the factor in all this.
So the AI factor is more a factor.
Yes.
Because, here's the thing, and I think it might have to do with release. I'm looking to you tonight, Justin, because you're basically our expert in all this. Because if you look for a network show versus a streaming show, a show that's on a network, it usually runs 6-7 months.
Right.
So therefore you have writers you have to pay writers more because they're writing more episodes and they're being released over a period of time, over 6 months. While if you do a streaming show, you're usually a streaming show on Netflix. It's usually 12 episodes.
8 to 12, depending.
It's 8 to 12. And unlike network shows, in which are released over a period of time, the streaming shows, they're all just dump all the episodes all at once. Sorry, we had a slight
depending on what streaming services you're talking about. If you're talking Netflix, yeah. Some of the other streaming services, they do one episode at a time. Some shows in Disney Plus does it. Some shows in Paramount Plus, Hulu, Amazon Prime, depending.
Yeah, but most shows, say on Netflix, they dump all their episodes at once.
That's Netflix.
Yeah. So because it's less episodes and less release, then that means writers get paid less. So streaming is the big one.
Yeah.
Yep. This
Absolutely.
could affect really popular shows, especially Netflix. For example, we're supposed to be getting season 5 of Stranger Things in 2024. We're supposed to be getting season 2 of Wednesday. You could see those shows getting postponed until
that could get pushed back.
And it's not just Netflix. I mean, every streaming service that has original content, forget it. You look at something what was I watching recently? What's really hot? On Paramount Plus, we have a Paramount Plus guy, but Yellowstone's a hugely popular show. You're talking about a new season, forget it. So same thing with Peacemaker season 2 for, I don't even know if that's happening.
HBO Max.
HBO Max, yeah. But yeah, so
Disney series is supposed to be coming out in 2024. I don't know any Disney Plus series, but
yeah,
you get the deal.
Yeah. Basically, to really condense what Justin is saying is that if they don't reach an agreement for anything regarding a pay, or a contract, or I forget specifically how, or how it's supposed to be worded, but assuming, Justin can correct me on this in a second, but assuming they don't reach an agreement with the studios or whatever, this could go on for a long time. And us as the entertainment people who love to actually receive and watch Yellowstone and watch Peacemaker and watch all the tons of net stuff that Netflix and Ted Lasso and Apple TV, anyone?
Ted Lasso's ending, so really?
That is true. Fair point.
Strike that, reverse it.
Yeah. Or even another
I said
Amazon
Stranger
Prime
Things.
show.
I said Wednesday.
Yeah, basically any original content streaming show that you can think of that's not
scripted. That's the key
scripted.
here. The key is scripted.
Yeah, like a scripted show. These shows are going to be held up for a while until until they reach an agreement with the studios and they find a better way to make this work. It's just plain and simple. Justin, am I right? Am I right on that, or am I wrong?
You are right. Now, what I hold in my hand right now, besides it being a phone, is a document that the WGA released of their proposals and what the AMPTP offered them.
Okay.
Okay. Minimums. WGA is proposing 6%, 5%, 5% for all minimums, including residual bases. Producers are offering 4%, 3%, 2%, a one-time increase to most residual bases of 2% or 2.5%. That's for like residuals for like when their stuff is like reruns and stuff.
So basically they get money if their show gets rerun.
Yeah. Features. Streaming features. Streaming feature, WGA proposes that streaming features with a budget of 12 million or more receive full theatrical terms, including better initial compensation and residuals. Producers offer that made for high budget streaming video on demand programming, 96 minutes or above, with a budget of 40 million or more, receive a 9% increase to initial compensation, but no improvement for residuals.
Wow.
Guaranteed second step. WGA proposes a required second step if hired for a screenplay for less than 250% of the minimum, the base minimum that a writer can be offered. Producers rejected the proposal and countered by offering meetings to educate creative executives and producers about screenwriters' free work concerns.
Can you translate that for us, please?
Basically, they're saying, we hear your concerns and we're sorry you feel that way.
So basically,
Your
call was important to
no
us.
action.
Basically, your call was important to us. Please stay on the line.
Basically.
And okay, folks, here's a real world. Here is a real world lesson for you. When you get on the phone and you're calling customer service and they say, your call was important to us. Please stay on the line. Yeah, your call's not important to them.
Okay.
Especially for doctor's appointments.
Here's the kicker.
Ooh, kickers.
Weekly pay. WGA proposes a 50% pay upon commencement and remaining 50% to be paid out weekly over the writing period. Applies if writer is paid less than 250% of minimum. Writers above this threshold have the right to opt in to weekly pay. Producers rejected the proposal and refused to make a counter.
Oh
my goodness.
So the deal was that they would get more money for reruns, and what was the other proposal?
Require a second step if they were hired for less than 250% of the minimum that they could possibly make.
Okay.
Now,
So, okay, go on.
Episodic TV.
Which is a good 90%. A really good majority of television.
Now, the WGA wants to preserve the writer's room. The pre-green light room would be a minimum staff of 6 writers, including 4 writer producers. Those are like the head writers.
Mm.
Post green light room, 1 writer per episode up to 6 episodes, then 1 additional writer required for each 2 episodes after 6, up to a max of 12 writers. Example: 8 episodes require 7 writers, include 4 writer producers. 10 episodes require 8 writers, includes 5 writer producers. Producers reject our proposal, refuse to make a counter.
My goodness.
So the episodic negotiation is, I'm sorry, I need this in layman's terms here.
They're trying to preserve the writer's room so that, and they're trying to prevent what is being called the mini writer's room, from what I understand.
Oh, oh, it's on BuzzFeed as well. Let me share this with you, Bill, so you can also see it too.
Yeah, this is, guys, this is super complicated.
All right, I have it on here.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this up.
It's all you, Allie. Go ahead.
Okay, so Justin has talked about why they're striking. So, according to BuzzFeed, these talks between WGA and the AMPTP have been breaking down over the courses of weeks, and the discussions of strikes have been ongoing for 6 months.
Yes. Now
And
these
go on, Justin.
these negotiations happen every 3 years, like these renewals of these contracts.
Mm-hmm. And they did mention that AI is also a factor. Mainly,
Yes.
they want regulations of the materials produced using artificial intelligence. So we've said before, the late night shows and SNL are being affected. The next group would be all the soap operas. So all you Bold and Beautiful fans, General Hospital, Young and the Restless. Streamers have already constant bank out of interest. Pretty much movies are less likely to be affected in any immediate way, given how long the production cycle for feature-length projects is. And there are celebrities who are supporting. Well, wait. ID celebrities in favor of the strike: John Mulaney, Quinta Brunson, and Jimmy Fallon, along with Amanda Seyfried, Ike Barinholtz, Natasha Lyonne, and Rob Lowe are all supporting the protest for the writers.
So is Seth Meyers too.
Oh yeah, you're going to be hard pressed to find people who don't support the writers right now.
Well, I know who people don't support it, the
All
executive.
the other writers guilds around the world are standing in solidarity with them. So they can't. It's not like they can go to other countries to write their stuff either, because they're not doing it either.
So we are seeing a complete slowdown of the movie and television.
Of Hollywood.
Hollywood, period. Someone who's watching us live just texted me and said, is WWE a part of this at all?
No.
It's not.
WWE is not.
some
Game shows
reason.
are not affected. Reality shows are not affected.
Like sports, like baseball and stuff like
not
that?
affected.
No,
Okay, good. All right.
no, because I don't think they need writers for that.
No, I wasn't sure if they would or wouldn't. You know what I mean?
WWE hires non-unionized writers.
I see. Okay, gotcha.
There's a hint there as well.
Mhm.
Any shows with non-unionized writers are safe.
So this is what
Yes, I'm not watching them live. Huh? I'm recording.
blooper,
Oh, sorry. What was that, Bill?
blooper.
No, before that, you were going to say something?
Yeah, but I'm sure WWE is probably Woo!
So like sports, because they're not scripted, they're good.
Yes.
Okay. Oof. All right.
I
Mine-
was looking as well online about shows that were affected during the 2007 strike.
Ooh.
Please tell us more. I'm gonna look that up too while I'm at it too.
I'll share the link with you guys on that.
I
too.
have it up on Wikipedia right now.
Okay. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
I have this one online too, so I'm gonna share this with you. I'm on my phone on this one.
Yeah.
These were some of the most famous shows that were affected. Breaking Bad was affected.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They've lost 2 episodes in their first season. Lost only aired 8 episodes in their 4th season. Prison Break had a shortened 3rd season. 30 Rock only got 10 episodes in their 2nd season. Ugly Betty, the show went on hiatus for 3 months. ER had a shortened season. Dirty Sexy Money, the show was put on halt until the fall. Chuck, the show stopped in January and resumed in the fall. Private Pacific was postponed their season. Big Bang Theory was affected, and their first season was put on hold.
Yeah,
That's
they
wild.
were
Yeah.
on hiatus from November 12th of 2007 to March 17th, 2008.
Yeah.
And we all know March 17th is in Bill's world
Yes, it is.
Bill Murphy gets drunk day.
on his birthday.
Hey, that's been from 2015 to present.
Oh, let me tell you a couple others. Bones was affected. Their third show
Yes.
was on hiatus. They had to cut their 3rd show short. Desperate Housewives had a shortened season. Family Guy.
Yep.
Well, although 22 episodes were planned, they had 9 completed episodes. Friday Night Lights, pretty much the 3rd season returned after 8 months of the strike. Gossip Girl had a 3-month break. Grey's Anatomy, only 16 of the 23 episodes of the 4th season were aired. In Heroes, their 2nd season was derailed. In House, pretty much only 4 episodes were aired because of the strike. The Office, pretty much there was a 5-month break between seasons 4 and 5, and the sitcom only missed 11 episodes. One Tree Hill, their 5th season lost 4 episodes. Scrubs, only 11 episodes aired for season 7. They were supposed to end it, but they ended up making an 8th season. The Unit, their 3rd season was on hiatus, and Battlestar Galactica, only 11 out of 20 episodes were aired before the show was postponed.
'24 was also postponed.
A lot of these older what are now older shows got a lot of episodes either pushed back or a lot of them were on hold. So around that time period too, which makes sense, like The Office, or you said Breaking Bad too, right?
Yes, Breaking Bad.
Breaking
Family
Bad.
Guy. A lot of shows that we grew up with, or a lot of shows that were really popular in the 2000s and 2010s had a huge effect.
This has been The More You Know with Allie.
Yes, it is. Excuse me, I'm still striking here. Wrong strike though, but I'm still striking.
Super Review Show unfair.
Bill Murphy's in there, standing in his room, plotting our doom.
You don't know that.
That was good. I'll give you credit there.
Yeah, applause. You get applause for that.
So Justin,
Yes.
let's go under the assumption that they're going to be able to fix this within a timely manner.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go with the assumption of 2 weeks. Like, I don't know how long it takes. Hypothetically,
Optimistic.
what's that?
That's optimistic.
I mean, let's just say that they do it. Let's say within let's give it a month. Let's give it a whole month instead of 2
Yeah,
weeks.
let's go a month.
So let's say 1 month. They say, all right, we have reached an agreement. You're going to be paid this or that, blah, blah, blah. You know, and whenever they reach an agreement, what happens to all of the shows? Like, let's start with scripted shows like for streaming service. Would those immediately come back? Would those immediately go back into production?
Yes.
Or okay, they would.
It's pretty much like when they were writing, they were like, and the deadline was coming up for negotiations, like
Yeah.
they were writing right up to the strike of midnight. Like I've heard like stories of like the last writer strike. Like they had the writers in the room, like they had someone like watching the clock. I was like, okay, you guys have 14 minutes before we start striking. Get to work.
This was during the 2007-2008 strike.
Yeah. Ironically, that movie was Justice League Mortal. That's where I heard that story from. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty instantaneous when they come out and say we have a deal. It's gonna be pretty instantaneous that the writers get back to work, because the writers love what they do. It's just they want to be able to live and they want security. Like they don't want AI to take their jobs.
I mean, my question is, can it still happen with the strike? With AI, with some of these streaming services or some of these shows using AI to produce
that is a concern, yeah. But do we think that AI is really at that point yet where it can create something original? In my mind, an AI is able to copy, but not necessarily create. If you catch my drift.
Right.
Like algorithms and whatnot.
So optimistically, if this lasts a month, how much could this affect like TV or movies? Like, let's start with TV. Like, would shows
TV, it's mostly going to be a delay in production, which you might see them try to rush it out and try to make it fit with their schedule, which I'll be honest, that alone is a little scary. So maybe these shows would be wise to push back their dates a little bit to give them a little bit more wiggle room.
You just answered my question. I didn't even have to ask it. Like, would these studios extend the deadlines, or they'd be like, well, guess what? You guys went on strike. Well, if we don't have these episodes out, if we don't have this amount of episodes out by this date, we are screwed.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. Like, they might need to have this done by a certain time because that's how much money they have in the budget for like overhead and stuff like that. And if the money runs dry, then they're going to have to cut corners elsewhere.
But can a lot of these TV shows switch to non-union writers? Because in 2007, 2008, that's like what a lot of the soap operas did. They switched to non-union writers.
I suppose you could, but that can be one, you're going to have to find writers who have no problem with writing for struck material. they're crossing. That's essentially them crossing a picket line.
They be the scabs.
Yeah. Two, you're risking a project on really untapped potential. So I don't know. That's my answer is I don't know.
So, but from circling back, if this is delayed a month, so there could still be delays in production.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like I said, there might be shows that go into production without a finished script now because of the strike, because they have to keep up with the schedule. And some projects can make that work. Others might not.
It'd be like, say, I'm bringing up The Good Doctor because it's one of my favorite shows. Be like, guys, what's next? So what's happening next in this show? In this episode with Sean and Leah, we didn't have enough time to write a next scene, so just roll with it. Is that what would pretty much happen, Justin?
Or they might have the director like write a scene on the fly on that day to just film something.
So with movies, though, like you said, that could just, because, circling back to what we said about movies, they could just be, because there was that time in 2007, 2008, when they were making crap movies, because that was just like, you know what, let's just push something out. Let's just push some, you know what, we don't care if it's good or not. Just it could be the worst thing in the world, but let's just push it out. So it would give us some money. So we could be seeing that with movies and television. Am I right, Justin?
It's possible, yeah.
So that's where
we stand.
Worlds apart, hearts broken in two. But anyway, yeah, I had to throw in a Journey reference there. But let's go around the table here. How much time, how long do you think this is going to be? Let's start with the show that Chivalry's Not Dead, ladies first.
You
Allie,
don't have to do that, okay?
hey, you can't hurt me
You
for
guys
being
have
the
your voice.
gentleman.
I don't care if I go last. You don't have to do chivalry. If I choose to speak my mind, I'll choose to speak my mind.
Okay, we'll go to our expert.
I think this might be as hard as it for me to say, this might last a little longer than we're hoping it to be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 50 plus days.
50 plus days. So you're saying about a little over 2 months. I mean, a little over, not quite 2 months. Sorry, math.
Here's the thing, like, writers are so disrespected in the industry.
As you told me, it's the most underappreciated job.
By like executives and producers. Producers pretend to play nice, but in the background, they see them as disposable. Oh, anyone can be a writer. It's that kind of approach. In fact, the fact that they're entertaining the idea of AI for writing is scary. to say the least.
Good.
And I think that's going to be a big point of contention going forward.
Because it's like it's based. So do you think these talks are basically like writers, actually no, producers, writers? Yeah, I'm bringing in the hand puppets. Hey, this is what we want. No. But if you don't give in to our demands, or at least try to negotiate, then you're going to be out then we could delay production. We could hold up. Basically, pretty much like that, Justin.
It's more like this. This is what we think we should get. Well, this is what we think you should get. And that we think you should be very happy about this.
Mhm.
This is bullshit. That's life, buddy.
And you know what? If I were the writers, I would throw it in their face and say, well, guess what? If you don't agree to our demands, or at least try to negotiate, then you guys could be losing money here, because
they know that, and they're still holding out on this because they think that even with this happening, they're probably saving money.
And they're probably also thinking, okay, listen, it's early May. We just wrapped up seasons. If we get negotiated within the next month, we'll be able to, hopefully our fall lineup will be starting on time.
Most likely, if it does start, it might be delayed to October.
Well, or worst case scenario, if this thing only lasts a month, then worst case scenario, our fall lineup might start in October instead of September.
That's not the worst thing. Something tells me that I do agree with Justin. This might be a long one. Like, this could go on for the summer.
Because think of it this way. If this lasts from May, and let's say they finally reach a deal and say, but you guys think, Allie, do you think this is going to be shorter or longer than the?
I think it's going to be just as long.
Okay.
Yeah. Like me saying 50 plus, I was kind of being a little generous on the 50 end. Like I could easily see this being closer to 100.
Because
that's why I'm saying by summer, like towards August.
Like, let's say if they've reached a deal, say in like August. And guess what, guys? Your full line is pretty much shot. Am I right or am I wrong?
Depending,
if there are any writers trying to get into screenwriting, that's probably the time.
Yeah, but wait, you said anyone who wants to get into screenwriting, now's the time?
Yeah, because the studios only have the scripts they got now. They don't have anyone writing for them.
No, but I do recommend, if you are an aspiring writer for television or movie, and you may kill me for this, panel, I would still say join a union.
Oh, absolutely.
Join a union. Because you have representation, you need someone to speak up for you, and listen, I'm very pro-union, and I agree with the writers on this one. Like, I'd be like, stop treating us like shit.
Yeah. The writers deserve residuals. The writers deserve to preserve their writer's room. And the writers deserve to have their jobs protected by not by not allowing the studios to resort to AI to write scripts for them.
So, but you know what? Again, I don't understand if you're a studio executive or you're a producer. If I'm a studio executive or producer right now, like I'm sure most of them right now are probably just, this won't last too long. I'd still be, oh my God, we better get to the table and negotiate like ASAP.
So, something tells me nothing's that simple.
We better come up with an agreement like soon, or because in the same world, if this lasts like best case scenario, again, this lasts a month, okay, our fall lineup starts in October instead of September.
Even June, I would feel.
Big whoop. But if this could last, the last writer's strike lasted 100 days. So if we don't get something negotiated soon, we could be in big trouble. We could be in big ass trouble.
Well, buckle up, boys and girls.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's a movie on its own. Sequel.
And like, do you think the studio is gonna meet all their demands, or do you think they're gonna go, okay, you know what? Let's meet in the middle.
I'm not
It
sure.
probably will be somewhere in the middle.
Most likely there's going to be compromises.
Yeah, on both sides. There's
Listen,
going to be discussions.
And listen, here's negotiating advice. Don't go in and expect you're gonna get everything that you want.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
You are gonna be making some concessions.
Mhm.
No matter what side you're on. If
Yeah,
you're the writers, you are gonna have to make some concessions.
Yeah.
And if they're giving you really bad terms, then say, yeah, screw you guys. But if they're giving you terms that are decent, then okay, we can do that.
Well,
Like if you're asking for 60% and they decide to say, oh, we'll give you 30. I'd say screw you. If they say, okay, we'll give you 45, 50. Okay, let's talk.
I feel like they would try and meet in the middle, no?
that's typically what negotiations do.
Yeah.
They find sort of a middle ground where both of them can work.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, let's just hope that this does end sooner rather than later, because I don't think anyone wants to be spoiled to secession.
No. I don't think so either.
To be what to Succession?
Spoiled.
What do you mean?
Look at the headline.
Right.
So my advice to everyone here is just wait and see.
Yep.
Hopefully this will get negotiated soon. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll have a few production delays, but hopefully this will get negotiated soon.
Mhm.
And we can just go back watching TV and watching movies as usual.
And you know what? No matter what happens, we still have the movies that we love currently. Like those movies will always be there. So no matter what happens,
And also,
Hollywood had a good run.
Also, you have us. You have the internet.
Okay, that's what I meant.
You do
Love
have the
you two
internet.
people.
You can.
Who knows? This might help us. No,
Right.
Really?
I do hope the writers and I do hope the WGA and the producers do reach an agreement, and they can move on, and we can continue that. But hey, who knows? This can help us. But no, we
It's not gonna help us as much, but
Do
JT, I know as our fearless leader, you speak for it, but I think if you disagree, we at the Super Review Show stand with the WGA. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
agreed.
110,000%.
We
And
here
that's
the
why
Super.
I
The
stopped
writers
Why?
are the secrets to a
Not for any other
show
reasons.
being
What was
loud.
that? Okay, what was that, Justin?
That's why I stopped writing my screenplay. Not for any other reasons.
Good. Allie, what was that?
We're in a Squidward mood, but the writers are the secrets to a successful show.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
That way,
I mean,
no writers, no show. No show, no income.
and for those of you who don't know this, for those of you, some people like actually just think that I feel like some people just think that actors just go on screen like they just do whatever. No, they have a script that is the foundation of every single thing that you could shoot, whether it be a TV episode or a TV series or a movie or a sitcom, whatever. The script literally tells the actor which way their head is supposed to be turned and how they're expressing their face. It's a very specific process, and Justin knows that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, bottom line, it's a really big topic. It's a big deal. I feel like we had to touch on this though.
Yeah,
That was important tonight.
and trust me, it was very complicated.
Yeah. Is there anything else we want to touch on before we, I guess, wrap up for the night? Are we good with anything or?
Do I dare do the Squidward speech for motivating people on strike?
She's been waiting to do this all night, but go ahead.
Don't
I had to find this. Okay. All right. To motivate people who are going on strike. Attention, people of Bikini Bottom. You have been cheated and lied to. The gentle laborer shall no longer suffer from the noxious greed of Mr. Crab. We will dismantle oppression board by board. We'll saw the foundation of big business in half, even if it takes an eternity. And with your support, we will send the hammer of people's will crashing through the window of Mr. Crab's house of servitude.
Squidward is a communist.
Oh yeah. That's what that meant.
Seriously,
Totally.
a lot of this can relate to what's going on.
Yeah.
These big studios.
It really is. It was a good. I thought you were gonna say Krusty Krab is unfair.
Oh no, I wanted the Squidward,
It's in there.
but hey, Squidward, I bet Mr. Krabs will break down any day.
Hey, Squidward. Hey,
I had to
Squidward.
put that in. I put still unfair, but still.
Hey,
Go back.
Squidward.
For those of you who get that
Like-
reference, good for you. So
We support you, Writers Guild of
We
America.
we stand with the WGA.
yes, us at the Super Review Show, all of us, including the fearless host, all are in complete 100% support of the WGA and what they're trying to accomplish. You heard it here first from me, who started this channel on January 7th, 2015. You heard it here first. So, anything else we should touch on?
I think we're good.
I think you guys did a great job too. I mean, because I know I was silent there for a little bit, but you guys definitely carried the weight for a little bit there. I appreciate that. Our fearless Dr. Professor Justin PhD Favar. Are we all set?
Yes, and Happy Madison bought an awesome robot.
What?
Say that one more time.
Anyone get that reference?
Let me tell you about my robot friend.
He's a warm-hearted fella who
So
loves.
awesome. Do you have any other movie pitches for us?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is a carrot.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now we're gonna have to get a South Park. Well, if the writers are still on, not on strike.
Yeah. So,
Ah.
Wait, aren't the
Wait,
writers
wait.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
Are they WGA members?
I don't know. They might be.
I was gonna say, I wonder how they would react to this, but they probably won't release an episode on it because they can't.
I know.
They probably can. You're right. Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, we definitely covered a lot here tonight, guys.
Yes, good job, everyone.
Give yourselves a pat on the back if you have the chance. Seriously, good job. Proud of all of you, all including myself, because I know I didn't really talk too much because the washing machine was on and we had to be quiet. So that's the point, though. We want to thank you all for watching, listening, however you enjoyed us tonight. Thanks so much to everyone who tuned in tonight to discuss this really, really big dilemma in Hollywood, like earth-shattering, crazy stuff that's going on with the WGA and the Writers Guild of America.
And if they do reach an agreement, we'll come back and talk about that.
We'll talk about their agreement on another episode of Mixed Bag for sure. But we had to touch on this one tonight for sure. We were like, what should we talk about? I was like, no, we're doing this. Anyways, I want to thank the fine crew of people that I had do this. At this point, Justin and Allie, you two are like just a fantastic co-host. There's no other way of putting it. Thank you so much to Justin and Allie.
You guys have been officially promoted.
Yeah. We do this for free, but you've been promoted. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm going on strike. I want some payment.
We are workers united.
Workers united.
We will dismantle the establishment.
Bye.
JT, I think it's time we send in the scabs.
Going to bed. Good night. God bless.
God bless.
God bless. No, but I want to thank the two of them, of course, Justin for helping us out for tonight, and Allie, of course, as well, helping out as always. Bill, as always, being him, who doesn't love Bill? Let's be real.
Hey,
who doesn't love Bill? But listen,
I have to stay in Massachusetts, but
that's all right. But I want to thank you all for watching, listening, however you enjoyed us tonight, and but just a reminder, everyone, I can't believe we forgot this at the beginning, but we the best podcast. Don't forget to follow us.
We have to think of something else.
No, we didn't do that last week, so we had to do it this week. So, but
but still, it's too old.
Nope.
DJ Khaled is irrelevant.
Nope. We are keeping that.
Yeah, everyone's into Khalid now.
We'll talk about it. DJ Khalid? What? Anyways, we'll talk about that off camera. Anyways, but I want to thank the panel, of course, joining me as always. And listen, if you haven't already, follow us on our social media platforms as well.
You should.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have all the accounts, so I access them and I post stuff on there, whatever. Get the point. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, listening. And Bill has something to say, as always.
Don't forget to check out the Sports Insanity podcast on the Sports Insanity Network.
Yes. They do great work over there. And Allie does a great job with them, too. I forgot to mention that. She does a great job with the Sports Insanity Network as well. I watched one of their, I forget what show it was. I think it was like you guys were watching the Rangers or whatever, or the Devils.
Yeah, that was me and my dear friend, Danny Boy Reginald, and Lawrence Patchman Lang.
And I was watching Allie on another show. I forget what show it was, but
that was the draft.
That was the draft. That was the NFL draft. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, we want to thank them, of course. Anyways, we got to wrap this up. Thanks so much for watching, listening. We'll see you guys next week. So stay safe. Take care.
And be awesome.